I guess I should start by saying, my name is Hideko. I never thought I'd be telling this story, but here I am. This is how I found my freedom and my heart. An arranged marriage, they said. It's for the best, they said. But every time they mentioned it, I felt like I couldn't breathe, like the walls were closing in on me. I remember standing in front of the mirror, looking at the kimono they wanted me to wear for the wedding. It was beautiful, but it felt like a cage. I knew then that I had to make a choice. That night, the eve of my wedding, I couldn't sleep. The moonlight streamed through my window and I made a decision. I had to run. With shaking hands, I packed a small bag. My heart was pounding so loud I was sure someone would hear it. But no one did. I slipped out into the night, my red hair glowing like a flame in the moonlight. I was terrified, but for the first time in my life, I felt alive. I was finally taking control of my own destiny. Days passed in a blur. I wandered through forests, skirted villages. I was hungry, exhausted, lost, but I couldn't go back. I wouldn't. That's when I met him, Jiro. I remember collapsing by a river thinking this was the end of my journey. Then I heard his voice, gentle and concerned. In that moment I felt a glimmer of hope. As we traveled together, I learned that Jiro was running too, from expectations, from a life that wasn't his own. We were two lost souls who had found each other. We faced so much together, treacherous mountain passes that made my legs ache and my lungs burn. Cunning bandits that we outwitted with quick thinking and quicker feet. But we faced it all together. And somewhere along the way, between shared meals and whispered conversations under starry skies, I realized I was falling in love. But our greatest challenge was yet to come. One day, in a bustling market, I heard a familiar voice. My blood ran cold. My family had found us, and they weren't alone. The man I was supposed to marry was with them, his face a mask of anger and hurt.
She is not yours to own.
I choose my own path, and I choose him. It wasn't easy. There were tears, angry words, threats, but we stood our ground, and slowly I saw something change in their eyes. They really saw me for the first time. Not as a girl to be controlled, but as a woman who knew her own heart. Now Jiro and I face the future together. We don't know where our path will lead, but we know we'll face it hand in hand. Sometimes I think about that girl in the mirror, staring at a wedding kimono she didn't want to wear. I wish I could tell her that it gets better. That there's a whole world out there, full of adventure and love and freedom, that she'll find the strength to choose her own path. This is my story. A story of a runaway heart that found its home. And you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. Because sometimes, you have to run away to find where you truly belong.